Hi, welcome back to the Dylan Rounds case. Today, we're going to be making an interesting observation which may question the evidence found of Dylan's boots. A few people have left comments saying, have you checked this video out? It reveals something about his shoes previously. And people saying that it's like a setup, it's been planned all along. We'll get into that very shortly, okay? I just wanted to jot down a few little bullet points about the boots because information can be confusing at times. And from when I first heard about it, they were saying how the boots were found 100 yards south. Then I hear it again, and now, no, it's not south, it's over that way. And now, no, it's not 100 yards, it's now 300 yards. Now, when information keeps switching and changing like that, it can get confusing, it's messy, but in a way, it sometimes undermines the case or undermines a certain aspect within it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to note things down and bring points up without going too all in on them because things keep changing, okay? So it's just worth keeping that in mind. Right, so let's get into the observation now. So a few people have said, if you remember, you know that TikTok video, the footage of Dylan where he was on that Swagway or whatever you call it. Well, he was wearing the boots there and I pointed out to you about them. Now, the one thing to point out is his shoes. They look like his boots. The question is, are they the same exact pair of boots he wore when he disappeared and then they were found afterwards with bloodstains on it? Or is this like an older pair? But yeah, they do look like what he wore on the farm. Now, I don't have a direct picture to do like a comparison, unfortunately, but we need to look back at that TikTok video and look at his shoes because people have said there is a stain already on them. So here we are, I've got two different shots, one from the front and one kind of from the side. I think what I will do is use the magnifying tool so we can get a closer look at it. Okay, so just set the magnifying glass, put it to blue so it doesn't conflict with the red. I don't think there's any other areas to highlight, maybe in the corner just to see what that is, but we'll just zoom in over here. There you go, that's his boot. Can't make out his other shoe because it's behind it, but this one. And I wonder if does that help? Making it bigger, maybe? And we just zoom in like that. It's what we're trying to do is see, is there any dark patches, any spots, blots, which could, highlight what other people have been talking about recently. From the looks of it, I would say you've got a bit of darkness at the front, at the tip of it. Can't quite make out the other areas because it's a bit blurry, unfortunately. I guess it depends where the patches were, when they found his boots at the time. If they say the blood stain was found at the front, then this could well be it. And if that was the case, then it would mean then it can't be blood stain, or that it's less likely to be that because if it's pre-existing, then something else must have caused it, right? Or was it planned, some kind of dodgy thing going on? Can't imagine that in my opinion personally. But, you look at Dylan, he's a farmer, hands-on, doing physical task. Whether it be a tear in his jacket or something from barbed wire or some kind of equipment to spilling oil if he has to refuel something or change or unscrew something. It could be an oil leak from a tractor or some other kind of vehicle. I mean, you look on screen right now, he's in a mechanic's place from the looks of it. So if there was a bit of an oil spill somewhere, it could have led to, his boot being stained. It's just worth taking into mind. The only other thing what I'll do is I'll just hover over here. Let me just zoom out a bit, just so you can take a look over there. Now, I said it looked like a vice, but another person said like a blowtorch. Regardless, I just wanted to share that with you so you get an understanding. Okay, let's just move on to the second slide and see if it reveals anything else. So a slight change in position. We just move it over. There we go. Can't really see much on the side of his boot. There's a bit of darkness, but that's probably just the shadowing. But it does look a little bit dark at the front. Now, I don't know if it's like faded in other spots or it's just the finish of the shoe because of the material of it. Okay, I'm taking that into mind as well. But yeah, it does look dark at that angle as well. So, kind of interesting. So finally, this is a different angle of the same video. From the looks of it, the Swagway checks out, same colour with the white cross on the side, and you can see the boots as well. I don't know where this exactly came from because I did try typing in Dylan Round's video on YouTube and nothing came up, you know, of like home footage or him in this like mechanic's place. I could only find it on TikTok, and as you saw, the quality wasn't too good. But we've got this screenshot here, which is clear, okay? And, you know, where you see that hand emoji, you can make out there is like a black dot. Now, we'll just use the magnifying glass again, just so the image quality isn't lost around it. Okay, so I'll just hover this over it. So you can still see there is that darkness around the tip of the shoe, which goes around. That must just be the style of the shoe. But where that hand is, you can see a black dot. Now, could be anything, but most likely it's a stain. That's what it looks like. And to be honest, when you do get blood stains, if it's like a droplet of blood, it's trickled down, it can create like a little dot effect, can't it? If something's dripping. So this is what's making me think, did the family, did the police, whoever, associate this black little spot with the finding when they came across his boots, you know, at the farm? Because if that was the case, then does it affect the evidence? Well, yeah. I mean, it doesn't lead to a conviction, I guess. So is there anything else I can do to maybe make the image clearer? Well, yeah, actually I can do. What we'll do is I'm just going to change the visual look of it. I mean, like the settings. So make it a bit lighter, not too much. Zoom that in so you can get a better look of the boot itself. I don't want to adjust it too much. Okay. So you can see that black dot on it. You know, it's one of those things where it's probably just simply a stain from a bit of oil. And in most cases, it'll be like, what's so special about it? Does it really matter? Well, it does in a way, because if people are getting their hopes up that, or, well, not hopes up, but their fears are coming true that they believe this is blood, that Dylan is hurt, if not worse, and it turns out it isn't, then it's kind of unnecessary to go through that pain. I mean, at the end of the day, Dylan is still missing. Regardless, that's bad enough. He could still well be hurt. But in terms of the evidence of what we've got at this moment in time, like physical evidence and stuff, it does make you think. Okay, so from the looks of it, there's not too much I can do with the image to make it any clearer, but you can see there is a dot there. Now, understandably, as said, the first two slides weren't exactly clear. There was some dark patches on the boot from the front, but I think that was just the style and the material used. But as you saw on the third slide, that black dot in the place it was at, that did seem like some kind of stain mark on it. And I can understand why some people would be thinking, oh, well, if it was there then it would have been most likely there afterwards. It didn't go away, and maybe other people misinterpreted it and thought it was blood when it's not. Now, as for the family's response, originally in a past interview, they first thought it was maybe like an oil spillage, a grease stain. But within that interview, they said that it was confirmed by the police as blood, but they didn't confirm whether it was human or not. Now, what's so interesting about that? Well, during that interview, they did say, the family, that they saw a black dot, like a black spot. They didn't put an S on the end, so it means only one. And as we saw in that previous image, before Dylan went missing, the TikTok one, there was one dot and it was black. Now, if you piece both findings together, post-disappearance of Dylan, the confirmation it's blood, and before his disappearance, that spot, blood spot, was there beforehand, it's like, was it planned? Because it seems like it was set up a while back. You know, if it was already in place and then it's found, it just seems like it was in the making to happen. So I could understand certain people being suspicious, like, why? What's the point of setting that up? What does it do? What are the benefits of doing that? In my opinion, it's like, it doesn't make sense whatsoever, but at the same time, it makes sense in terms of the observation, you know, seeing that black dot and then it being confirmed as blood afterwards. But there's a big gap in between of both findings. You know what I'm saying? A little bit confusing. I can fully understand if some people think it's a load of rubbish and write it off, because it seems a bit difficult, hard to believe. But if the family in the interview, I base it down to language used, okay? That's just how I operate when it comes to certain mysteries and cases. That the family didn't say they found multiple traces of blood stains, like multiple dots, just one dot, just one. And there was only one dot on his shoe beforehand. It just seems so clear and dodgy at the same time. It's hard to explain. Now, you know, I don't know about his other boot, okay? I don't know if both boots had blood stains on or it was only one. Maybe that could clear something up. It could rule something out. But at this moment in time, the observation is a little bit creepy, right? So that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed the video. You can leave your own opinion down below. Let me know what you think about the boots before and afterwards. Was it planned, staged, or is it just simply a creepy coincidence, okay? I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.